what I don't like when people ask you what you drive? One of the first questions is it fast? Well, yes, it's fast, but what's fast for you, you know? I mean, 0 to 60, when am I ever going to use that? But what I'm talking about is, I'm going to use my car for an example, because it's one of the most judgmental cars out there. One, because it's a Honda, you know? The first question they always ask me is, or actually the first thing they always tell me is, oh, you drive a Honda? Well, did you do anything to it? How fast is it? How does it feel when you drive it? And I'm just like, well, it's my car. You know what I mean? Kind of like when the guys that drive, pretty much anybody that drives a naturally aspirated car, an NA, people go, oh, you should put a turbo on it. Or, oh, you should put a supercharger on it. Or, when are you going to tune it? When are you going to throw more bolt-ons? Well, fuck. Whenever I have the chance. It's not like money's growing on trees right now where I can just go to my backyard and start picking out like thousands and thousands of dollars so that I can throw to my car. But don't get me wrong, if I had the money, I probably would. But I don't. Just like anybody else, we have responsibilities. We have to pay for our own bills. We have to take care of ourselves, or we have to take care of our family, or we're with a significant other and we're pretty much helping each other out, you know what I mean? But yeah, back to is my car fast? It's fun to drive. I love driving this car. I love driving this car. I love taking it through the back canyons. I like hitting VTEC at a corner and hoping I don't hoping I turn right. I don't know if that made sense. It makes it feel fast, but I don't get it when you say you drive a BRZ FRS or GT86 or a Honda, Toyota Scion, you know, oh dude, that car's so slow, it's not fast. Well, not every car is gonna have twin turbo, fucking V6, V8, you know? Same thing with the Mustang group. If you drive a V8, you have balls, but if you drive a V6 or the EcoBoost, you should have gotten the V8. So what? Maybe the person couldn't afford it. Maybe he or she likes the V6 better. And to be quite honest, when it comes to the Mustang category, the 2015, I would rather prefer the EcoBoost. I'd rather prefer the EcoBoost than a V8 than a V6. Now, if you guys want to scream at me and tell me that I'm dumb, then by all means go ahead. But it's not gonna hurt my feelings, because the reasons I have behind it is it's fast enough. It sounds good when you have your own exhaust and intake, and you save more gas than the V6. You save more gas, dramatically save more gas than the V8. What's there to hate? It looks good. Insurance is going to be cheaper. It's a brand new car. You're not going to have any problems with it. So I don't get it. Same thing with this car. I chose this one because Honda is a really, really reliable brand. Don't get me wrong. Everybody has their own issues. But when it comes to imports, Honda is one of those cars that I know it won't let me down. Same thing as Toyota, and same thing as Nissan. I've actually owned one car from each company. My first car was a 2000 Nissan Altima. I bought that car off my dad's friend for about $300. Yeah, $300. What was wrong with it? It needed a new engine. So my dad helped me out. I was barely working. I was still in high school. I pretty much bought it before my graduation, and I didn't even get to drive it until about that same year in October. And I graduated in June of 2011. So when I got the car, My dad told me I needed to get a new engine on it. It does not work. We did manage to drive the car from that house to my mechanic. How it made it, I have no idea. But I was behind him the entire time in his car. It took about a good week to rebuild the engine. So I cleaned it up as best as I can. I pretty much did little by little to it within that year and a half that I've had it. I had it for about 2 years, but it wasn't fast. And I loved driving. I loved driving it everywhere. Why? Because I threw my own money on it. You can ask anybody that, any of my friends, or my fiance, or my family. Every time you saw me drive that car, I had a smile on my face. I don't care what anybody said. I came across a Scion TC, a black one, a 2012 Scion TC with 19,000 miles, and yes, it was used for about $18,000. Online, it was sticker priced at 16 flat. It was an internet special. I guess they were trying to get rid of it. So I was like, I need to go look at this because this is a really good deal. I went in that same day. I went in, I drove it. I fell in love. I loved the car, and it felt fast to me. I ended up getting it that same day, and I got even more things with it because it was a certified used car. I still had warranty on it, so I didn't have to change my oil. Anything that was wrong with it that I didn't cause, if that makes sense, like any aftermarkets, they covered. So I didn't have to worry about anything for about a good 50,000 miles. And when I had that Scion, I thought I was one of the fastest cars out there. Because one, it was a stick shift. It was my first stick shift I have ever owned. And two, it was so roomy. It was like driving a sedan coupe. Does that make sense? If you guys never sat in the back of a Scion TC, you have to. You just have to do it. I drove from here to Burbank with 4 or 5 people in that car. And keep in mind, I live in Ventura County in California. They didn't complain because it was so roomy back there. And I had my car lowered. I was able to sit back there comfortably. Then I started putting more money into it because I started reading the forums. They were like, oh, try this, try that. I ended up getting a custom exhaust from a friend here at a local muffler shop. I started getting the crank pulley. By the time I was done investing money on it, I pretty much put every single bolt-on you can think of except for the headers to make it and to make it make it sound fast, and to make it look good. Because apparently that's all Scion's for, is to make it look good. But you know what? I freaking love that car. Then it got totaled. It wasn't my fault. I was on my way to work on my birthday. Yeah, who works on their birthday, right? I was on my way to work, and this guy, he didn't see me, or he thought he could make it, but I was going straight. He had to yield left, and I technically hit him, but it was his fault because he didn't wait for me. Does that make sense? So my insurance covered everything. After that was done, insurance paid for my car. I had to wait about a good month, and I went back to my Altima for like a couple weeks. Then I talked to my fiance, and I said, you know what, I really need a new car. I don't want to drive this one anymore because when you downgrade big time, it sucks, you know, especially if you're a car guy. It sucks. So I ended up going to CarMax. One of my friends works there, and he ended up telling me this is a good deal, you got to take it, and that's how I ended up getting this Honda Civic Si. Now, I did say when you downgrade big time, it sucks as a car guy, but I don't feel like I downgraded. Performance-wise, it felt the same, maybe even better. And to tell you the truth, I think I like this car car better, handling and performance-wise, because of its huge aftermarket support that we have. But yeah, I have this one now. I've had it since June of last year. No, like May of last year. So it's been a year actually since I had this car. I'm not gonna say a lot. I did a lot to it, but I feel like I'm doing enough to make me happy. So back to the question of the day: is this car fast? No, but it feels fast. And just because someone doesn't approve of your car shouldn't mean you need to feel bad about yourself. And that's the thing I don't like about our system. Just because somebody doesn't like your car, you shouldn't feel bad about yourself. I know plenty of people that have already said that, but you really have to take it under consideration. It's your car, not theirs. Why I put white rims on my car? Because I love it. I like how it looks. Why people put turquoise, blue, gold? Because they love it. It looks good to them. Now to me, again, I love it. Oh, newbie. New coworker. To me, I love this car. I love how it looks so far. I haven't had any issues with it. And again, just because somebody says they don't like your car, fuck them. It's your car. You're the one paying for it. You're the one putting your hard-earned cash into it. And you're the one that chose it. And you chose it for a reason. Now, I know that sounds cheesy, but it's the honest truth. It doesn't matter what you drive. If you drive an older car, if you drive a spanking brand new car, or if you drive a middle-aged car, it doesn't matter. As long as once you turn the ignition and you have a smile on your face, just like I do every time I see this car, you got the right one. Have you guys ever heard that saying where if you don't look back at your car, you bought the wrong one? I look back at my car every single day. As soon as I walk in, as soon as I'm leaving the car, whether I go to work, whether I go to the grocery store, whether I'm doing an errand, when I go to my grandma's house, when I go to my girlfriend's house, I always look back at it. Why? I don't know. It's just a good thing to look at. So I just want to let you guys know how I feel about that, but let me know what you guys think. I mean, let me know what you guys drive. Share my videos. Let people know that I'm gonna be making more videos. Let them know that I'm here to talk about I want to talk about different opinions. I want to hear about your guys'. I want to know what the car community has to offer. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time. Stay tuned. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and just love what you drive. Live your life.